Find functional hilarity at the Biffa Emporium. Girl, it's what I heard. Allegedly. It's just the word. Allegedly. It's on the street. Allegedly. I say to the beat. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly. Ashley Darby is pregnant with her second child from her golem. We've been had. Everything that comes out on Real Housewives of Potomac is now pure fecal matter because it don't matter if he's out gallivanting with ladies and gentlemen of the evening or heck of the morning. Ashley doesn't mind that her marriage is open like she doesn't mind her husband's cheeks are open and spread wide. She don't mind. She's having babies living the good life. Messing with matrimony for money and showing her cervix for more than a quarter. I mean, if you're gonna be with a cheater, at least he rich. He said, I'ma let him cheat in peace. I'm with Roxanne. He ain't getting caught. He's just living his life, and we're talking about it.
I got someone message me the other day on Instagram that was like, oh my God, like I lost 50 pounds because of like reading all the stuff that like you've been posting and like reading all like the little tips and like listening to your show and like listening to you talk about this stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, like that is like truly like that's it. Like if I don't become famous, if I don't become whatever, that like that 50 pounds that they lost, I'm like, great. That's a success to me.
And speaking of your podcast, let's talk about it.
Yeah, so I am host of the Bodega Body podcast, which is available on all major streaming platforms, inclusive of Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, Stitcher, and many more. And I talk about health and fitness and mental wellness with a bunch of people from all shades and sizes and colors. And the whole thing was inspired by my 130-pound weight loss journey. When Alex first met me, I was a much bigger boy, much more cuddly. I'm still cuddly, and I'm not like, super muscly or whatever. But I went on this transformation and this whole journey. And what I try to do now is show people that you can be healthy, you can live your healthiest life, and it doesn't have to be this like one size fits all. There's no like magic pill, there's no special diet, and it's all about doing things your way and being your healthiest self no matter what.
If you're going to listen to anyone, listen to him. I watched him lose all 130 pounds, and it was over the course of like 2 years.
It was like 2 years.
Dedication, hard work, and consistency, and I watched it all in front of my very eyes.
Being a Latino kid from the Bronx, there's so much that they don't teach us, and so all I try to do is give people little bits of information, here and there, and hopefully someone can take something.
Well, I'm sure that they will, and there will be a link to the podcast below. When I met you, you ate meat, and now you're vegan. But you're like the least annoying vegan I know.
Yeah, I try not to like shove it down people's throat. Like I try to just like, it's not like take a carrot, just like eat the damn carrot, eat the damn carrot.
But also, you know how to cook. So I think it's a little easier for you because you know how to season, you know what flavor is.
I'm Dominican and Mexican. I think it's a crime to not season my food. There's like this picture the Shade Room posted of like Wendy Williams taking like a selfie in her car with like this like strapping, I'm not gonna say young man, but strapping man. And all you see is like his bicep.
Don't nobody care you had to give security a ride home. Wendy has been trying to act like she had a man ever since her husband left her because he went to the DR with his mistress and they baby. I'm sorry, but Wendy gives me strung out, and I don't think men are looking for strung out and sweaty.
I appreciated the double face mask that she had going on in the picture. Now, the one topic that I was going to ask you if you wanted to talk about was Cardi B and Candace Owens, but...
Oh, okay. What happened with them? Because apparently I missed their whole feud this weekend.
Candace Owens had essentially said something bashing Cardi, being like, no one wants to hear Cardi B's opinion. Like, Cardi B should not be the person in charge of the opinions of all black people and all people of color and all this other jazz. And Cardi, obviously being Cardi, she's like, no, like, I'm going to clap back. Like, you know, go over there with your, you know, selling at your people. And, you know, I don't think that, like, I think that people, whatever they think of Cardi's political opinions, that, like, I appreciate the girl trying, and she's not the most eloquent, she's not the most, you know, brilliant political thinker, but I appreciate her trying, and I appreciate her using her platform.
I agree. And also somebody was saying, I don't like it when politicians talk to people like Cardi B. And the thing is, well, politicians are governing everyone, and Cardi B is a part of their constituency, and she has a platform, and she can get young people to actually talk about this. They're not going to listen to MSNBC or CNN, but they'll listen to her.
Yeah, they don't want to hear no dry ass whoever is on MSNBC this week. Like, that's boring.
Exactly. I mean, I like Rachel Melber. I mean, I like Rachel Maddow, and Ari Melber is cool, and he will give you a whole breakdown with raps and lyrics and all of that, but nobody's really checking for him. Well, except for his audience on MSNBC. But we're all over 35.
Yeah, no, and they want young people, and they want young people to participate, and Cardi's that person. And again, she, like anyone else, has her own views and her own stances, and you might not agree with them, but I appreciate it.
And she's like a girl from the Bronx. She's real. She is, you know, somebody. If she wasn't Cardi B, she would be sitting next to us on the train.
Yeah, I went to like school with like 15 Cardi B's.
Exactly.
Every time I see her, I'm like, yo, that's like that girl that you know, I was trying to shoot my shot at when I was 15 and would ignore me.
You probably did know her. I mean,
Yeah.
y'all were in the same area at the same time. I'm sure you bumped into each other at a party somewhere.
I'm sure. Here, my boy Joe Budden is attempting to shoot his shot at Brandy. And he literally on his podcast called up Ray J and was like, "Yo, what's up with your sister? Is she single?"
Now, Brandy can't keep a man to save her life, so I wouldn't even go after that.
And Joe Budden can't keep a woman to save his life. They might be meant for each other.
You know, that's true, because I thought he had patched things up with Sin.
Yeah, no, I don't think they did. I think that she's over him.
It's interesting how, like, he still had that major deal with Spotify, and now he's mad about it. And I'm like, hold on, how are you an old head rapper? So you're supposed to know about contracts, but you're unhappy with your contract with Spotify. And I can say, because he was whining, oh, we couldn't take Christmas off. At the beginning of your contract, they ask you, because they asked us, what is your schedule? Do you want to take time off? What weeks can we expect to show from you? Now, I don't mind working every week. I don't. Yeah. But if you do, if you want to take time off, and also it's like, girl, how long does it take you to film that show? It shouldn't be more than 2 hours.
Their show is like 3 hours long these days. So I'm guessing they're cutting out at least an hour worth of audio. But at the same time, I'm sitting here as a creator and I'm like, okay, well, what about this should I be paying attention to? And what about this should I learn about, like, contract negotiation and trying to figure out, all right, how do I put myself out there in the best way? Because the weird part about this, like, public negotiation thing is that, like, Joe Budden's the one screaming at the top of his lungs that no one will give him his money. Spotify isn't responding to that. They're not going to entertain that. They're going to go give their $1 billion to Joe Rogan and to Michelle Obama.
Yeah. Also, it's if you want a bonus for adding listeners, you have to put that in the contract. Like, nobody's going to give you a bonus check just because. Like, companies don't do shit like that no more. If you want a bonus, it has to be in your contract. Like, I don't know how you didn't know that, but you sound stupid. You have a small penis and you sound stupid. That's a lot to deal with. I don't have time.
I don't want to know how you know his penis is small.
Because he leaked a nude.
Oh, hell.
He was in the gym, and it's like, you thought this was cute, girl. Like, even though Chris Brown had a long penis, we went in on the girth. The only one who really had an impressive nude was Jamie Foxx. And Jamie Foxx, that was an impressive nude. Jesus. I got to train for that. So y'all are probably wondering, who the hell is this? Well, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is richcebada. I am the host of the Bodega Body podcast.
And he is also one of my dearest friends, and he is why we have Pop Roast today. Fun fact, he taught me all about the behind the scenes of podcasting, what CPM means. Like, he really helped me up my YouTube game.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. It's funny, I
appreciate the knowledge. Shit. I would have been out here working. I would have been working for pennies if it hadn't been, this is what the white people getting paid. So this is what you need to be getting paid.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's funny. I realized the other day that we've known each other 5 years now, which is like kind of bonkers. How like time flies.
5 years. 5 years and we've both done a lot with our lives, positive, in 5 years.
Teyana Taylor.
Teyana never gets the shine she's supposed to, because her last album was good, but like I felt like nobody heard it, or I wasn't played.
If I'm Teyana, I'm asking, like, who are the people I'm surrounding myself with that aren't promoting my music? You know what I mean? Like, is it the label? Is it whoever else that, like, they're not putting the love and energy behind my music like she is? Because you hear her music and she's putting a lot of love and energy into it. And it's not that she's not good. She's great, but it's clearly not getting the label people behind it.
But then also, like, is there underground groundswell for her? Is it like a sleeper album where like everybody's listening it, but it's not getting radio play?
I think it's underground, and I think it's that, like, if you're a Teyana Taylor fan, you're going to go check for it, but if you've never heard of Teyana Taylor, you might not necessarily be exposed to it, because people aren't necessarily sharing that on their, Instagram feed or on their Facebooks.
She needs to get on TikTok. That's what she needs to do.
She needs to make more TikTok-friendly music. That's revived Jason Derulo's career. All he's doing is singing and baking cakes. Shirtless.
And then
I wish that's all I could do.
But then also, it's like, how do they eat all this food and still stay looking like that? They've got to be throwing up off camera.
I think he spits it all out. I don't think he eats a single bite of it. Maybe like one, but that's it.
The Golden Girls is returning to TV with an all-black cast.
Yeah, I saw the comment section of ABC with all the people saying, I'm not going to watch it, but you can guess what those people looked like.
And here's the thing, ain't nobody asked your ass. We will tune in.
We will definitely tune in.
It
looks amazing. I think the one criticism is that, like, the cast that they're proposing seems very young versus, like, the original OG Golden Girls cast that was, like, all older and cute grandmas. At this point, you're getting, like, wonderful, like, middle-aged moms, but you're not getting grandma teas. You know what I mean?
I saw Tracy Ellis Ross and Regina King, and I'm like, I love them. They're very talented, but if we're gonna do the Golden Girls, if they're gonna age them up, then, because they aged Sophia up, like she was actually the youngest on the cast. So if they're gonna age them up, then I'm fine with it. But they gonna have to be golden. That's golden years, over 50.
Oh yeah.
And maybe Tracy Ellis Ross is over 50, but you don't look it. You don't look it. Tracy Ellis Ross looked too good to be on somebody's Golden Girls. Maybe it's somebody's daughter.
They should bring in the woman who played Harriet Winslow. I think at this point she's golden.
Yes, exactly. Her. Perfect casting.
Jo Marie Payton.
Yes, Jo Marie Payton. Yeah.
They can't bring the grandma back from the dead, rest in peace, but, like, Jo Marie at that point is, like, at that stage in her career where she could be golden.
Yeah, she could give us golden. I think maybe we need Cicely Tyson to give us Estelle. Let's see. I would say Jennifer Lewis, but Jennifer Lewis still has, like, she's quote unquote golden, but they still have to age her up. Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think of who's older. I don't want to call anyone old because I don't know who's watching. But, like, like Whoopi's age. You know what I mean? I don't think Whoopi would do it, but someone like that who's like iconic and you'd want to love to check out in the new whatever they're up to these days.
I think Whoopi would, if she would do it, she would be amazing.
Yeah, she'd kill it.
Yeah, Tracy Ellis Ross, Regina King. Okay, Alfre Woodard, definitely. That's she perfect age, perfect casting. Alfre always hits her mark. Oh, so that's gonna be on Zoom.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a virtual thing. I'm not sure if it's like an actual like series revive. I think it's one of those, virtual. We're doing these things for fun. Let's get someone to pay for this.
I feel like if it does well, then it may get legs. But yeah, that's cute. I didn't know Zoom was having its own shows now.
I think it's good. You get really good creative people doing really good creative things with the format, and you're realizing that we could do this in more than one way.
They're getting ready to start production for American Horror Story.
Ooh.
And Sarah Paulson was giving an interview, and she's just like, I'm going to be nervous, but they've got a lot of safety protocols in place. And so far, since production started back, only one person has passed, and that was a camera person who ended up getting the virus. So it seems like we're able to get back into production safely.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the number one thing. I think a lot of the original programming they've pushed back until January for a lot of the shows that currently exist. And I think in January is when you're going to see like what would have been the fall slate of programming, and they're going to start launching all that like they're trying to figure out and experiment with like the sports and the other shows that they already had pre-taped now, but all the new shows are going to be coming out in January, February timeframe.
Yeah, because everything was on hold over the summer. Now reality TV is interesting because like movies have the big budget. Cardi B said she had to spend an extra $100,000 on testing to shoot her video.
Right.
But reality shows, Bravo is the first forging into this, where they're filming Housewives of OC, and now they're filming Housewives of Atlanta. And it's going to be interesting because all you do on a Housewives show is you have dinner and you go to parties. These are things we cannot do anymore. So where is the drama going to come in?
It's all the drama at people's backyards with like 10 people there. And it's really 5 people because you need another 5 for the crew. And so it's going to be like much, much smaller, I think, production sets. And you're going to see much smaller parties and intimate settings. And so you might get a couple like decent conversations, but like true, like intense drama, just one-on-one conversation, just putting on a show for each other and the camera and not really like in front of all these other people. A lot of talking behind people's backs.
Well, now at least you can still do that. You can still get on the Zoom and talk about each other behind their back. Tekashi 6ix9ine album sales projections plummet. Well, he was always a flash in the pan that we were waiting to go out.
If someone doesn't get this clown off of my Instagram feed, I don't even know. Like, I think that once you lost the illusion of him being like thug, because I think that like part of his appeal was like, oh yeah, he's got rainbow hair, he's ridiculous, but he's like a real street dude. And once that kind of went away, you realize, oh no, you're literally just a buffoon who's out here prancing around. He obviously gained a little weight since then. Nothing wrong, people gaining a little weight, but you look at him and you're like, what are you doing? Get off, go away, shoo.
Shoe. He's at the shoe phase of his career.
Oh, did you see Dr. Dre's ex-wife's bill for spousal support?
Yes.
How ridiculous is it to ask for $100,000 for charitable donations every month?
How ridiculous is it that your phone is $20,000 a month? What plan are you on? You still got minutes if you spending 20 grand a month on your phone.
What kind of space data?
Huh?
What kind of space data do you have? Like, What access do you have that we don't? Like my AT&T's $100 a month.
It's like, are you calling the sun? And what are you saying when you reach the sun? Like 20,000 a month?
I wonder if that's for her staff. Like if it's for like covering the bill for her other people.
How many people are you paying for? Like that's like okay at $100, and then you add lines, so you getting discounts. So how many people are working for you where you need $20,000 and then 900,000 a month on entertainment? You can't entertain yourself for $500,000. You need $900,000 to entertain yourself. Oh, okay. There are two girls that are escorts that are going around doing like the podcast circuit. And a couple weeks ago, they were talking about Trey Songz. Now they're saying Odell Beckham liked them to shit on him. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. People are not into poop like that. There are a few. There's a few people. I don't think Odell is one of them. I think they're just like, what can we say to get ratings, to get booked again? We always throw in an allegedly. I don't buy it. I just don't buy it.
Sweetheart, that's a lawsuit if that's not true.
Now that you say allegedly.
Facts.
And also, it's okay, you could try to go after the person, but if they don't have anything, what are you going to get? But a legal bill and a headache.
That makes me think, why are all these like rappers and athletes like sleeping with the same people? Like you got enough money to go like to some random person you've never heard of. Like why do you have to go to the same exact ones?
It is interesting, the culture of pass around puss. It's just like, maybe it's like, oh, this is good. Why don't you try it? Like that's what I imagine that they say to each other. I don't understand straight men. I mean, clearly they've got to be giving these girls referrals.
I'm sure. I'm sure that there's like, I don't even know, like a hotline or something like that you could just call.
And also, like, these seem to be, well, I would call them dedicated and devoted hoes, but real hoes don't say shit. That's why they hoe. They make their money, they go home. I feel like these girls aren't true sex workers because true sex workers never gonna let you know who their client is because that means you're gonna fuck up the coin.
That's true.
We lived in the city. We knew sex workers. They had great lives.
That's true.
How are you home? Oh, that's how you're home. And that's how your apartment is on 17th between 8th and 7th. We knew those girls.
We knew those girls. Let's see. No one wants to hear about Future's baby mama.
Which one? There are not.
Eliza Rain. She was in the news because Summer Walker was like trashing her because she wanted like $53,000 a month for child support. Which actually, when you're a celebrity's kid, I kind of get for child support. Like, there's one thing to want like $100,000 for charitable donations, but there's another thing. You're like, oh yeah, maybe I'm putting my kid through private school. Like $53,000 a month actually kind of makes sense. Kids are expensive.
And isn't Summer Walker, like, her baby daddy doesn't pay her, and isn't that London on the Track or something?
I just heard that they broke up. They like stopped following each other. That's what the Shade Room told me.
Oh. But Eliza ended up only getting $32,000 a month, and I think that's all. I mean, $3,200 a month, and I think that's all she's gonna get because Future isn't making money like that anymore.
No one's like out here like paying attention to Future's music except Future fans, which are diminishing by the day.
And there are no concerts, there are no festivals. He's never had like a big endorsement deal. So he was probably making $200,000 or $300,000 a month with all of his performances, and now Lord knows how much he's lost.
Yeah, no, you're probably not making that much money during the pandemic. A lot of these artists right now are struggling to hell because, you know, they spend so much and then, all of a sudden concerts are gone. So you have zero source of income.
And you're streaming, like, I might be making more on YouTube.
No, for real. Like, you make pennies. If you're an artist out there, if there's one thing you take away, Just make sure that you diversify your income and make sure that you make money in more than one place.
Really, like Chris and I, and then also they've lost a lot of money because Cardi was like, oh, why haven't I gone on a tour? Because I can get booked to do a festival. I don't have to put anything into it. They've taken all of the risk with production and stages and making sure everything's safe. So I just get to show up, perform, get my check, and go home. So why do a concert? I mean, why do a tour when I'm the headliner at every festival? Yep, Summer Walker and London on the Track break up. London on the Track can't keep a woman because he's looking for a man. Anybody who was trying to get 4 from Black Ink Crew Chicago's rap career going, I'm sorry, honey, you was feeding him a line of bullshit, getting yourself a line of pussy.
Oh, no.
And 4 is not an ugly man. I can see why you want to be with him. 4 seems sweet. I didn't even. Oh, he does.
Oh my God. You seem sweet. Oh, that Odell Beckham story. That's Chief Keef's baby mom.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, not his girlfriend, not his wife, but his baby mom. I wonder how many other babies she has and who they're by. Because some of these girls, they collect them like charm bracelets.
Oh, that's sad.
I mean, Joy Chavez has a kid by Bow Wow and a kid by Future.
Remember Bow Wow? I don't.
Oh, he's trying to make a resurgence on that damn growing up hip hop. And it's like, honey, you never grew up and you're barely hip hop.
If I'm Bow Wow at this point, I'm like praying that like someone wants me to do a verses with like Omarion or something.
Because they used to tour together, so that would actually be cute. They could have their little teeny bopper verses.
Oh yeah, they're making money with that verses thing.
How? They don't advertise.
They have like a deal with Apple now.
Yeah, now it's all about like, okay, can you bring people to the platform and can you keep them there?
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's just like proving that you're a commodity on like Instagram, right? Where they were getting like a couple million streams, and then now it's like, okay, Apple's like, all right, no, bring them here.
And that way, then you get your subscription and they get their $14.99 a month.
Yep.
In bitter news, Naomi Campbell has been sued for millions by billionaire ex-boyfriend for unpaid loan.
What is Naomi Campbell doing with loans?
And she's supposedly holding on to some of his belongings worth about $3 million. No, that's the thing. When you break up, you got to get all your shit. Before you break up, that's the time to get paid back. If we breaking up, you ain't getting shit. Once you leave, that's it. You ain't getting a box of your things. I don't have a box for you. Whatever is here, it all belongs to me. So take your Rolex before you go. Otherwise, that's a parting gift. I'm like Kamala Harris.
I love that. All right, I have to ask you your opinion on this. So it came out yesterday that Kanye West is spending $6 million of his own money on his campaign. And I know you don't talk politics, but it's Kanye West. And $6 million of his own money.
One, Kanye is a Kardashian. So $6 million is like $6. Like they make $1 million a day. I don't like it, but they do. And it's not for me to like or to not like. Like some people don't like that a Black gay man can get on and make his living. So, everybody's got their thoughts. I think that it is a secret, well, not so secret, racist Republican agenda to pick off any of the Black vote that they can to confuse, to defray, to cause division. I think it's ignorant. I think it's horrible. And I think that he really needs to get some help. That's like, it's just, don't vote for Kanye, y'all. Jesus Christ. I can't believe I have to say that, but here we are. And then also, you're going to start off with president. You ain't going to try to be a mayor first. Like, no Senate, no congressional seat. Just, right to prez.
Yeah, and it makes me sad. I grew up with the guy, you know what I mean? I think about the sounds of my childhood and I think like Kanye West and Daddy Yankee.
Oh God. That is the most Bronx thing I have heard. I have not heard Daddy Yankee since I've been out here.
Yeah, no, I mean so yeah, so I don't know. It makes me sad that he's in the state that he's in, and I wish him well, but come on, man, just know that you're being used, and they don't really care about you.
It's just, it's sad watching the mental deterioration. And that's really what we're seeing. We're just seeing mental deterioration. And I honestly think Kim is trying to stop it, but it's also like, okay, I have two choices. Either I really have to commit him, or I can just let him wander around and he's the father of my children and we have four. So yeah.
At this point, she's probably just wondering what's the biggest PR story to clean up, whether it's if I can get him under control enough, or is committing him the bigger PR story. This is an interesting little thing. I don't know if you remember JoJo from the mid 2000s.
I remember her. Poor girl. She was the poster girl for the bad deal.
She was, and she makes actually pretty decent music. I heard her last album. She's actually making headlines right now because she removed the Tory Lanez feature off of her album.
Oh, he
And
shot Meg.
yeah, Tory shot Meg. And it's this interesting thing now where we live in an era where you could literally erase a feature off of your album and it's like it never actually happened.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true. They get rid of episodes now, or they'll edit things out, and because they had an episode of Blackish that they said, oh, this is too Trump and racial, so we're not going to air it, and then they finally put it up on Hulu.
Yeah, so I mean, good for her. I'm glad she took her little stance. Screw Tory Lanez. Don't shoot Meg. I love Meg.
Exactly. Don't shoot anybody unless they're shooting at you. She wasn't shooting at you. It's maybe we need to stop saying shoot your shot.
Yes, yes. Let's not shoot your shot, especially at Meg the Stallion. Meg, if you're single, I love you. I don't care that you're 2 feet taller than me.
You're not that short. How tall do you? You're 6 feet.
Yeah, I'm 6 feet tall.
Yeah, I was just she's not she ain't 8. You'd probably be looking her in the eye.
Probably.
Oh my God.
But I'm really curious to watch this TikTok thing unfold. Because I have a lot of friends who work over there, and whether or not TikTok will be sold or not. And I have a lot of people that just started jobs at TikTok and now they're freaking out because they don't know if the company is even going to exist in a month.
That is the worst.
Yeah. Can you imagine you're making a comfortable whatever you're making at working at TikTok, working in whatever you're doing over there. Your first or second day you hear we're banning TikTok.
Hopefully it won't come to fruition, because TikTok has definitely, I feel like it's gotten a lot of people through the pandemic. People needed something to do, and focusing on making a little 30-second to 60-second video was hey, at least I'm not going to go crazy. At least I can do something fun, something productive. Maybe I can call attention to something.
There are a lot of really bad shimmies of me just trying to, just give them a little sun.
I've never tried TikTok, really. I was just I just looked through it and I'm just see, that's too much effort for a 1-minute video for me.
I think you're creative enough to figure it out and to do it and to try it, but it's tough. I'm not a good lip syncer. I'm not a good dancer, so that's not the platform for me. But
I'm not a good dancer either. I could probably do a decent lip sync, but I'm if I'm gonna put all that effort into it, I'm gonna just say something myself.
Yeah, that's true. I've just been rewatching Family Matters because that's been making me happy. That's why I thought about Joe Mary Payton earlier. I've been rewatching that. I'm oh my God, she was so good. Why is she not in more things?
I think everybody got good money off of that show, and they're just I'm just chilling.
Well, when you had an action figure,
yeah,
you made it.
He'll pop up in things now and then, and we'll be like, oh my God, hey!
I feel like that shows a little bit more your childhood than my childhood.
Yes, because I am 13 years older than you.
Yeah.
I love how you're like, yeah. Oh.
Hey, you haven't aged a day.
Well,
I don't understand. Like, you spent so much time in the sun, and like I don't get it.
That is one thing. I look the same as the day I met you, except, well, now I'm darker. Now I have a good, healthy glow.
Yeah, you do have a nice glow. I don't get it.
When we met, I was damn near your complexion.
Yeah, you were.
Oh my God! Wow! It has been 5 years. 5 years, but 5 good years.
Yeah, seriously. By the way, thank you so much for like inviting me to do this.
No problem. We've needed to do something together creatively for a minute, and I am happy to have you on. You can come back anytime. Y'all check out his podcast. You've been good to me. Let me return the favor. Well, I'm going to let you get to your meeting, but thank you so much for joining us for this very special Allegedly show.
Thank you so much for having me. I love you, buddy.
All right. I love you too, Rich. And give Jess my love, and I will talk to y'all soon.
Alleged what? Alleged who? Allegedly, allegedly. Don't blame, don't sue. Allegedly. Allegedly. We gotta talk about the you. We gotta talk about the unit. We gotta address what the hell's on your head. Say it again. We got to address what the hell is on your head. One more time. What the fuck is that? Is it a welcome mat? Is that a dead cat? We gotta talk about the unit. Yeah. It looks like a pump, but it feels like a sneaker. It looks like a pump, but it feels like a sneaker. It looks like a pump, show bump. It looks like a pump, show bump. It looks like a pump, but it feels like a sneaker. It's been in my head for years. I figured I'd do something with it today. I had a few moments. From the streets of New York all the way out to Vegas, it doesn't matter if you're rich or if you're famous, because you can't get someone pregnant in the anus. No, you can't get someone pregnant in the anus. Yeah. Backpedal and pussy pop. Backpedal and pussy pop. I want you to beat my ass. Beat my ass. I want you to beat my ass. I want you to put fist to the face. Fist to the face. I want you to whoop. I want you to kick. I want you to beat my ass. 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 Okay, she got a hit with that one. Oh, wait, no, that was me. Anyway, it don't matter. So, as my mugs say, tell a kin, tell a friend, tell that heifer you hate to head over to the Biffa Emporium for a cute collection of hoodies and mugs. Link below.